Welcome, focused learners, to the Explainer. We're jumping right into something a little different today, but it is absolutely fascinating. See, we aren't just looking at a single dry piece of research or a standard data set. Instead, we're dissecting an entire digital ecosystem that surrounds one incredibly viral video. Why? Because by unpacking this video, how it's marketed, and the very specific recommendations orbiting around it, we can actually uncover some incredible insights about modern productivity, human psychology, and really, our whole collective obsession with self-optimization.
Okay, let's dive into this. Over 3 million views. 3,041,686 to be exact. Now, that's a massive number, right? But this isn't for a pop star's music video or some huge blockbuster movie trailer. No, this is the view count for a video literally titled, "Must Watch, Stop Wasting Your Life, Best Motivational Video." I mean, just think about the sheer scale of that audience for a second. Millions of people, all logging on, all clicking that play button, all because they shared this one burning desire. They just want to figure out how to stop wasting their precious time.
So here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start by unpacking the motivation economy. Then we'll look at the promise of time. After that, we've got icons and archetypes, followed by mind control and psychology, and we will wrap it all up with the ultimate irony. Section 1. The motivation economy. A billion-dollar need.
If we treat our source page, meaning this specific video and its algorithmic recommendations, as raw behavioral data, this really fascinating modern paradox starts to emerge. It perfectly maps out our immense collective demand for self-optimization. I mean, millions of people are spending their digital time, minutes, sometimes literally hours, watching a video about not wasting time. The demand for motivation has become this massive commodity. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. It's no longer just about getting to work. The actual act of getting motivated has become an activity all on its own. And you can see the proof of this commodity right in the data surrounding our video. This massive demand creates a completely booming motivation economy. For example, in the recommendations sidebar, we see a Steve Jobs speech sitting at a staggering 10 million views. A video on the Elon Musk mindset boasts 7.3 million views. A motivational speech by Vikas, 6.1 million. This isn't some niche corner of the internet content. This is totally mainstream digital consumption. The algorithm knows exactly what we're hungry for.
Section 2. The promise of time. Escalating commitments.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how these videos are marketed to us. It's all about these psychological hooks that promise rapid, life-altering transformation. The algorithm feeds us this escalating timeline of promises, perfectly catering to whatever level of commitment we feel capable of right in that exact moment. You know, you want a quick fix? Boom, there's a video promising to destroy your procrastination forever in just 19 minutes. Need a little bit more? Give them 30 minutes to get you focused. Feeling super ambitious? You can fix your entire life in one day, change yourself completely in 7 days, or maybe take a 21-day challenge to rewire your habits entirely. It's essentially a sliding scale of instant gratification versus a total life overhaul. Just look at that extreme variance. 19 minutes to destroy procrastination versus fix your entire life in 1 day. It's wild, isn't it? It really forces us to question our collective human desire for these totally impossible-sounding quick fixes. Because logically, we know that deep, meaningful change takes years of sustained effort. We know that. Yet we're fundamentally drawn to the promise that we are just one single 19-minute video away from becoming a perfectly optimized machine. Section 3. Icons and archetypes. Faces of success.
Now, what's really interesting here is how the digital ecosystem actually sells these massive promises of time and transformation. They rely heavily on specific faces and figures, neatly categorizing success into highly clickable archetypes. So, impartially looking at this, you've got the tech billionaire, represented by Elon Musk, pulling in 7.3 million views for a video on his mindset. Then there's the Sigma male archetype, championed by figures like David Goggins, grabbing 1.4 million views focused on extreme physical and mental resilience. And finally, the historical philosopher archetype, using thinkers like Napoleon Hill to offer solitary, stoic wisdom to hundreds of thousands of viewers. The ecosystem basically offers a flavor of success for whatever personal brand you're trying to build.
It is genuinely fascinating to observe the sheer variety of tools presented to us. I mean, Ancient spiritual teachings on Buddhist mind control are placed directly side by side with Robert Kiyosaki's 6 Rules of Money. You've got financial strategy and ancient asceticism flattened into equal, completely interchangeable tools for modern self-improvement. The algorithm doesn't judge the philosophy at all. It literally only cares that you click.
Section 4, Mind Control and Psychology. Internal Transformation.
If we look really closely at the language used throughout this ecosystem, it becomes super clear that viewers are looking for much more than just a good work ethic. We're seeing things like aura that attracts everyone, communication skills to talk to anyone, 5 powerful methods for mind control, and 10 rules to become clever. So what does this actually tell us? Well, it tells us that viewers aren't just looking for wealth or productivity in a vacuum. They are actively seeking absolute control over their own minds and, by extension, total control over their social standing. They want to be impenetrable and magnetic all at once. Let's actually zero in on that specific definition from our data. Aura. It's marketed here as 10 psychology secrets to attract everyone like a king. This perfectly highlights the immense allure of social magnetism as a core metric for personal success today. It's almost like it's not enough to just be successful quietly anymore. The modern digital consumer is being sold the idea that true success means exuding this invisible energy that commands the entire room.
Let's move to and see how this builds into Section 5, the ultimate irony, endless consumption.
So we've seen the massive scale, the impossible promises, and those psychological hooks, but there is a massive, fundamental paradox at the very heart of this entire digital ecosystem. And it's captured perfectly in this quote taken directly from the description of our main 3 million view video. One advice is enough if you are willing to change your life. The creator's central thesis is incredibly simple and honestly surprisingly genuine. If you are truly ready to change, you really only need to hear one good piece of advice. You just need to actually act on it. But here's the catch. The architecture of the platform itself makes acting on that single piece of advice incredibly difficult. These 3 steps illustrate the trap of the motivation economy perfectly. Step 1, you click a video to stop wasting your life. You get that great moment of inspiration. Step 2, before the video even ends, the algorithm recommends dozens of other highly optimized, psychologically enticing videos about changing your habits in 21 days or learning billionaire mindsets. And step 3, you keep watching instead of taking action. Because consuming endless content feels incredibly productive, right? It feels like action. But more often than not, it is simply brilliantly disguised procrastination. So the crucial point is this. If one piece of advice is truly enough, why does the ecosystem offer us dozens more the second we look to the right of our screen? It forces us to ask a very personal, very real question. When we dive headfirst into this motivation economy, are we actually learning and preparing to change our lives? Or are we just beautifully, productively procrastinating? Think about that the next time you click on a video promising to change your life in 19 minutes. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope this gives you a powerful new lens through which to view your own digital ecosystem.